Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. It's Monday. Monday means it's time for a non-Yu-Gi-Oh build. And as you guys can tell from the title and obviously the tasty little card at the beginning, we're going to be talking about Kakashi. So, good thing about Naruto was, again, there were so many cards. We got, I think it was almost 30 sets by the end of the game. And when they included the parentheses text in names, they were allowed to break their rule of. So again, Naruto was a rule of 3, very much like Yu-Gi-Oh is, but we do not generally have cards where it's, Dark Magician, then Dark Magician, the next level, then Dark Magician, his childhood, in order to play, 27 cards that are all Dark Magicians. So we get close in the Naruto CCG. To start off this deck, we did want to start off with Boyhood. So we are going to be using 3 copies of this. And again, he's going to start off like a lot of the Genin do in later sets or earlier sets too, where it's 3-0 healthy, nothing injured. Name is always going to be considered Kakashi Hatake, and just in case, because like some of the jutsu will actually require them to be from a certain period of their time. And in this case, he's just able to use anything he could. And you will notice he does not have a Sharingan at this point. So rather than being in with the Genjutsu, he has his weapon ability. His skill is valid. It is an attacker skill during the mission phase. Move this ninja to the owner's chakra area. If your turn marker is 4 or more, you can put in play 1 Kakashi Hatake from hand and give it a 1/1 counter on that, essentially forcing the effect of growth. So this is really cool, but it does not count towards anything with Sharingan. So just in case you were about that, probably not going to enjoy that one. Now, to get to the Sharingan, we need to get his childhood version. And again, it's not much of a skill swap here. It's still a 3-0-0-0, still mental 2, still Kakashi. Still not having his rank on here, whereas like this should be like getting tuning version of him, maybe even Jonin, considering how crazy skilled he was. What's going to happen here? When his ninja becomes a user of a jutsu with the requirements Kakashi Hatake, you must pay 1 additional chakra of any symbol. This just means that, again, early game, you can play some of the biggest, most busted jutsu in the game and get away with it. Additionally, he will now have the Sharingan as well as the Genjutsu, and again, you want to play a full 3 of this one as well. So again, pretty cool stuff. We do use one of his tracking dogs. My favorite one for him, at least for this build, was to play 3 copies of Pakun, and this is the Tactician's Pet. So again, mental power of 2, because again, Kakashi's pretty smart, and so is everybody in his deck. Valid, this teams cannot perform mental power battles, and your Kakashi Hatakes get -2 entrance. So again, starting with this allows us to get better and better Kakashis faster and just better. And I do love the fact that it blocks out mental power battles while still being able to partake, like, just in case. Because I'm not saying, like, I guess it is a valid ability. So as long as he's on board, we can worry about just stats and kind of X out that other stuff. We are going to go back to Kakashi's base team. So we are going to run 2 copies of Obito. He will have growth in the Sharingan. He has the Elite Uchiha while he's injured. Fire Jutsu cost 1 generic less to play. He is a 2-0-4-0 with Genjutsu. Essentially, he was the Naruto of the group. But again, I only had 2 for this deck, so I think that's the reason we're at 2. Next, I'm going to play 2 copies of Sakura because you got to represent Team 7 at some point. Again, mental 3, growth, good 1-2-0-1. The ability Playful. Valid attacker during the mission phase. Injure this. Discard 1 wind card, draw 1, and this ninja gets the following effect text during his turn. At the end of the turn, heal this ninja. So, whether you love her, whether you hate her, she's going to get us into more options, and options is what Kakashi would want. So again, Team 7 representing. We're going to have Rin, since we had Obito. She's also a medical tuning. She will have a mental 2. She'll be 2-2-1-2. And when you put a Kakashi or Obito in play, you get to draw a card. So again, obviously we maxed her out because her ability to get cards, again, sort of overshadows the ability of Sakura. But at the same time, where you have Sakura and you play into any of the other wind cards, this will allow you to generate more cards. Next up, we're going to get Sasuke Uchiha, because again, Team 7 is a thing. He will have the Genius Privilege effect. So Desperation, if the opponent has 5 or more battle rewards, activated abilities of this card may be activated up to twice per turn. And then during the exchange of Jutsu, you can discard one of your battle rewards to get this plus 2-0, which means that you could do that twice and give this thing 4-0. This takes him from a 5-2 to a 9-2 if he remains healthy. So again, pretty cool. Plus, again, Sharingan, because, Sharingan. Here's my third Obito. Probably the reason why I don't have another one of the other one. And again, during the EOJ, you can discard one card from the hand. In that case, negate one jutsu card being used by ninja with an entrance of 3 or less. Valid while this is in play. Kakashi and or Rin cards get an additional 1/1. So, yes. Is he a little bit late at being a turn counter 3? Yeah, but he's good. So play it. Next, because we need to play more Kakashis, let's go ahead and grab some Anbu days. So when he's an Anbu, technically, Anbu is like a level, I want to say it's like almost the same as the special Jonin as far as the card game is concerned. Obviously, they are as strong or stronger than regular Jonin as far as the source material is concerned. He will have weapons and Genjutsu for this. Ambush, and still has a Sharingan up to a mental 3. And he has the attacker exchange a jutsu ability. Deploy this ninja from your hand. If you have 2 or more Anbu, move this ninja into any team, into any of your teams in any position. And this will count as your turn's deployment. So, still good, still very cool. 5-2, 3-2, turn counter 4. And again, with that Pakun, we're talking about bringing that down to a 2 because Pakun allows you to take 2 off the entrance costs. So, should be nice. We got to grab his kind of rival. We got to grab Itachi Uchiha because, again, he's sort of like the best. Plus, it allows you to throw Anbu in your team. Your opponent plays with their hand revealed. And, again, you're playing with a bunch of Sharingan users. It kind of makes sense. Also has Ambush. Also has Genjutsu. The other valid effect on this, while your opponent has 2 or more cards of the same type in their hand, this ninja gets the following effect text. When this ninja wins any victory, win 1 battle reward. So he just has to beat a team in order to claim rewards. So fantastic. Plus, again, like I said, he's part Anbu, so that's the thing. We are going to use a copy of Kakashi Hatake as teacher because there was a goofy little set that had this. This will have him as his Jonin. This will have him with his Genjutsu. And Fellows of the Leaf Academy. I don't think we played this for anything real. When this is put in play, if you have Leaf Academy mission or other Leaf Academy ninjas in play, blah, 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 blah. Growth coins on this cannot be removed. Again, he was just here for another name. Just to get another name. Now, our final Kakashis, we're going to be using 2 types. So the first one will be the Lightning Blade one. So at the start of your turn, if you control another Fire Ninja, you may place a -1 coin on a target ninja. And then when one of your other ninjas is injured, you can, while you control a lightning ninja, place a +1/1 on that injured ninja. So again, he reinforces or he actually helps take down the opponent a little bit faster. And then the last one we're going to play 2 copies of, is going to be the Visiting a Grave. So when this is in your hand, when your Obito or Rin is discarded due to showdown, you may put this into play. This ninja gets +1/+1 while you have an Obito in the discard, gets another +1/+1 while you have a Rin in the discard. So again, he can power up because, again, we included his old team. So that is it for your ninjas. Moving over to the Jutsu, give us half a second to separate the pile. We're going to have 1, 2, 3 copies of Burst of Lightning Blade. It's going to cast on 2 fire. It has to be Kakashi. Targeting 1 ninja, give a damage to it. Additionally, the user can use the next jutsu with a fire symbol without paying its cost this turn. So again, if you have multiple copies of this, you can go ahead and keep bopping them. So that's a thing. Then we're going to play 2 copies of the Lightning Blade Single Slash. Again, Kakashi, every ninja every ninja battling against the user is our target this time. And we will give 1 damage to each of them. And again, gotta love how they had so many different types of foil back then for this game. It made the cards very collectible. You could not just collect a deck of all foils, but you could try to get the same type of foiling throughout the entire build. It was very cool. We're going to run 2 copies of Revenge. So again, you'll target the user. The target gets XO during this turn, where X is the number of ninjas in the discard pile. If the user is Kakashi, however, double X. So again, the later the game, the better the effect. We need to have some negates, so we're going to pull 2 copies of the Sharingan Eye. Just requires that your user has a Sharingan, so Obito, Sasuke, and Itachi will count for this. Just target a jutsu being played, negate it, and discard it. So being that it's discarded, it will not go to the opponent's chakra zone during the resolution. So again, you kind of hurt them just a little more than like a non-Naruto player would get at first. So again, it's really cool. We're going to use the Sharingan Kunai. This is 1 ninja battling against the user. Give that target damage. Additionally, if the user has Sharingan Eye, and again, a lot of our deck does, give an additional damage to the target and move this back to your hand. So again, only 1, because once you draw it, you're basically just going to keep spamming it. And again, you could just flip it right after doing the blade burst, the lightning blade bursts. So pretty good. We got to get the White Fang's blade as well. This will be the last jutsu we run. We'll run a playset. You target the user. We'll get +3/+3 during the turn, and then if it was Kakashi, it'll get an extra 2/2 and cannot be affected by the effects of opponent jutsu during the turn. So everybody can get a generic 3/3. Kakashi's going to get a 5/5 and can't touch him. So pretty neat. Moving over to the missions. And again, not that many missions. It looks like 8 mission cards. We're going to be playing 2 copies, a gift from a friend, and permanent for 2 turns. At the end of the turn, that 1 or more of the ninjas were discarded. Place 1 Jonin plus Sharingan from hand into play. So again, the only problem with that is you have to have the card in your hand. 2 copies, long-awaited reinforcements. I love this mission card. Search your deck for 1 ninja in your deck. Show it to the opponent, place it in your hand, then shuffle the deck. At the end of the turn, if you didn't put in play a ninja with the same name, discard all cards in your hand. So again, it is just a quick tutor. It lets you cherry pick any 1 ninja, so long as you can play it that turn. Next up, the Ones Who Interrupt. This is a permanent for 4 turns. Effect, at the beginning of the battle phase of your opponent's turn, you get to reorganize your teams. So generally speaking, what the way that this works is on our own turns. So when I'm the attacker, I get to rearrange my ninja teams in my village, which is my side of the field. And then on the opponent's turn, they get to, again, they see what my ninjas look like. They get to do it too. This means I can also rearrange my team on my opponent's turn. So communism at its best. Your turn has now become our turn. And it feels a lot like modern Yu-Gi-Oh! That way. Second to last card, we're going to use a copy of the Warhawk. Your opponent wins 2 battle rewards, and then you draw 4 cards. So again, sometimes it doesn't matter, but we can also put the pressure on with that Sasuke and get to use his ability through the desperation. And then 1 copy of Browbeater. Every ninja with a turn cast of 3 or less, give 1 damage to those targets. So again, this could take out a lot of effects that are not invalid, and just really let you just tear up the field a little bit. But that is our Kakashi Hatake deck for the Naruto CCG. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you have, consider supporting the channel. Easiest things to do are to like, comment, subscribe. Most important thing you guys can do, though, is go out there, enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully I will be back again tomorrow to show you guys something else, and just go and have some fun, all right? See you guys later. Peace.